Alright guys, getting the tree dropped. Fairly the easy part. This one needed to be pulled if you saw the short. The hard part is cleaning it up. Got this one whole side cleaned out though. Let's zoom out, there you go. Haven't decided what I want to do with these yet. They're gonna come back and grind the stump for an extra 200, but hey. Me sitting here for countless hours digging it out, wear and tear on the machine. 200's pretty worth it. And I can feel some dirt in here. Cactus, don't know. Well, here's the other side. Whew. And this boy's actually, they cut the stump low too. It's just sitting up here. This boy's actually a pretty good size. Like, size 11.5 right there. And this tree is pretty big. I don't have a wood burning stove. I put the word out, see if anybody wants some firewood. They can come after I'll get all the limbs chopped out. Get all this pretty cleaned up. They can come cut it up and take it if they want. If not, I'm gonna burn it. So I got me a pile sitting here. That tree's gonna come out. It's a crappy water oak. Besides, it's gonna drown in the pond once it's done anyway, so it'll come out. I'm slowly stacking here. It'll probably have to sit, I don't know, till fall probably to dry out enough to burn. But Milwaukee Saw's putting in some work. The top of the tree was like way up over there, so I'm getting it all chopped up, worked my way down, worked my way up. We ran the wood chipper a bit, but I was just taking forever. I mean, it's chipping pretty decent. I'll take you over to the chickens. Lost one this morning somehow. I don't know if it just fell and its head was under the cinder block or one of them stood on top of it. But excuse me. Well, I got a couple piles of wood chips in here for them to play with. And then there's also a good pile up there. And they got some red buds popping out. I think they're called red buds. Nobody knows what these are. It's red and it's buds, but when I look it up, it's showing red buds as a small little bush. So there's some gumball trees in here. I'm gonna kill them and get rid of them. I hate gumball trees. I'll keep the red buds. Mimosas are okay for now. They're more like mimosas are like a bamboo. They spread. They're in this ditch. I mow both sides, but it pops up in the chicken coop too. And like it runs runners. So for now, it's landlocked in here. When we bought it, it wasn't, because they weren't mowing anything and it was all over. I'm kind of leaving it in here to keep the ditch from collapsing, because the roots and everything holding it up. Riprap's pretty expensive, considering I just spent $500 to have this tree dropped. But if you can see, this is a fairly heavy tree, so if we hit the house fucked. It would have to major reconstruction. But the problem was this giant heavy branches these big branches here were on the house side, pulling it that direction, and it leaned that direction. So they slingshot it all the way to the top, hooked a rope. You saw the short at the very end, you could see their truck way up in the field pulling it, and they pulled it over that way, right in a good spot. So God did a good job. He was a trooper walking through all the cactuses. So if I knew he was going to do it today, I would have got the Mini X out and I would have cleared all the cactus out for him, but they were ready to go, so I said, all right, let's get it done. Yeah, I thought that's a lot of firewood right there, honestly. Like, that was a lot. And the Mini X ain't even going to pick this up, so I got to figure out how I'm going to... If I had a sawmill, it would be nice, because we could, 8, 10, 12-foot sections we could chop up. Get a good bit of lumber out of it, sort of. I don't know what kind of lumber a gumball tree would make. Sweet gum, it's like a softish wood. Smells like oak though when you're cutting it. So maybe it's a cross between that. But yeah, there's so much area in here now. I don't know if we'll put a gazebo or what. But man, you could see, I don't know if you can see, this place is covered in them freaking gumballs. Like, they're just everywhere. I hate them. Hate them things. But yeah, gotta be careful of that. I don't need that upside my head. But this is the hard part of Once you drop the tree, it's just a lot of climbing through branches. It wasn't bad starting at the top, honestly, because I just kind of worked my way down, and you know, it's gonna be smaller, whether you know. But I also wanted to work my way up the side, just try to get as much of the small stuff and wood chipped, which the old Harbor Freight chipper's doing pretty good. It's just sitting back here, got the little bag. The only problem I have a problem with is this stupid bag doesn't want to stay too good. And I got it clipped up underneath this on top before I put it over that, and then that didn't work out too good. So under here works pretty good and clipped around. And sweet gum, it goes through there pretty decent. I don't have much of a problem. I was using that for a bit. I'm giving it a break. I laid it out in the sun, got pretty hot, but it's still working pretty decent. But yeah, it's just another project that cost a lot of money. But like I said, I was not too confident if I could drop it and not drop the house. I guess house insurance would cover it. I don't know, because I did it. Plus the telephone wires, cable wire, all that. It would have been a big nightmare if it went the wrong direction. And if it hit the chickens, that was expensive and it's not done. And if it did hit the pool, I don't even know how much those are now. That's pretty good size. I think it's 33 foot across. So it needs a liner, but flex tape works pretty good. It's been in there for 2 years, keeping the liner from leaking. So if you need it in a hurry, just make sure you clean the area and then slap that flex tape in there. I use clear. Boom, it's holding up. You know, now I say that, it's probably gonna leak, but heck, if it lasted 2 years, I got some more, I'll just slap another one in there. But yeah. Oh, any of you guys want firewood and you are in Alabama, let me know. Because I do not need this, and this is a lot. A lot. I mean, in our climate, weather here, this would probably last a couple of years, I would imagine. Like right now, it's like 70. It's supposed to be like 70 all week. We did hit a patch of freezing for a bit, but not a whole lot. But man, it just feels so much different now. Like the sky is so much more open. I hate to cut trees down. I do. We'll probably plant an oak up here more, or a Japanese maple. I like the red maple. But I do have my blueberry bush there. We're probably planting some more blueberry bushes. Okay, it's rude. But anyway, and you know, our orchard, we went on a video yesterday. Well, yeah, it's gonna be a little bonfire. It'll probably burn for a long time because there's gonna be a bunch of those logs in here. I'll probably try to take some of this log, like I said, and build me, not really a dam, just a blockage so I can make a dam and keep it from eroding until it sets up. Which, a mini X may be able to pick up some of this. I might have to chop it in smaller pieces and roll it over. Because if I try to go down the hill with that mini X, I'm just going to go down the hill. That's the bad thing about the Chinese mini X's. Don't go on hills with them because they'll just run away. Motors, once your hydraulic fluid heats up a little bit, it gets thinner, and then it's not as strong, so you can't roll. Like here, it rolls down a little bit sometimes if the fluid's hot. But I'm gonna get cutting for a bit, just a little bit every day. You know, you can take a big job and just peck at it, and eventually it'll be gone. Which I got a massive amount done. This whole side's clear now, and that whole big area is clear. I mean, there's crap tons of gumballs and all these little itty bitty branches, which the Spartan mower should not have a problem with them. Oh, that was crazy. Like a little dust devil was kicking up. Not quite dust devil, but leaves. Getting a breeze. So, all right, guys, you enjoy your spring. It's pretty much here, I believe. So I gotta get kicking on raised beds and get planting as soon as we can. I'm pretty sure there's another frost coming because usually April we have a frost. Alright guys, like and subscribe. I'll catch you later. If you know anything about trees, what do you think? You think it was starting to die? The black spot in the center. I'll take you over to the stump. We can check the top part out. To me, I think it was dropping these big old, like this branch was gonna drop, and this was over the power line. Like you can see the little crotch of it's busted out. That was gonna drop one of these times. Oh. But yeah, I think she was starting to die, maybe. I don't know, but that's still a massive piece right there. Let me know what you think about that tree. I mean, see, it's got like little spots all in there and stuff. So I don't know. And then also, if you know anything about stump grinding, this piece is gonna come off, but there's a pretty good sized stump. They say they grind about 6 to 12 inches below surface for 200 bucks. So let me know if you think that's a good deal, or because I can't rent a big enough machine for 200 bucks. In my machine, it would take a long time because this roots are all the way out over there. Like they're way out in here. This would be a massive dig up. So in my book, $200 is not bad. You know, I don't have to do it right away. I can wait a little bit. You know, I'm going to wait a little bit because, you know, if you guys know utilities, they're on the rise, even though we have all these solar panels and wind farms, but they still keep raising up the utility prices. So, yeah. All right, catch you later.